Hey guys, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your second week of November Jupiter Blessings reading. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that is watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be pinned in the comment section below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today. And I hope that you guys are doing well. So collective, let's first talk about some things. You guys know I do Jupiter blessing readings because it's about the money, abundance, expansion, things like that. And I have to say this because, and I waited to say this for this particular reading, Jupiter actually went into retrograde on the day of the 11/11 portal. So that's a biggie. You guys want to tune into this reading because I feel like it will save you a lot of anxiety, worries, and fears, okay? So Jupiter went into retrograde on 11/11 and it will come out of retrograde in March 2025. Again, Jupiter, luck, abundance, expansion, your finances, things of that nature. And blessings also. So for a lot of people hearing that that's a retrograde, you hear things are retrograde and people think the absolute worst because things can shake up in ways that you're not expecting it to. But here's the thing. When I was meditating over you guys' energy, the song that I got was Traveling by Luke James. Luke James happens to be a Gemini, so you yourself could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual, or you could be flexible like the Gemini energy. Geminis are highly adaptable. So you do not have to have Gemini energy in your chart at all. It could just be that you are adaptable. When things change and go in a direction that you weren't anticipating, you are being flexible just like that twin. Okay, now this situation, you got to see the twin side of you. Like, you know what? I'm not going to stress. I'm going to chill. Because when I was hearing the song Traveling, I'm like, well, what does this have to do with Jupiter? But then I immediately heard like, right now, the wheels are turning because you're in the driver's seat. So whatever direction you are going in with your finances, with your luck, your abundance, all that stuff, you are in control of that. And you're just going to be cruising real smooth about it. You're going to be just chilling. Because if you listen to that song, again, the name of the song is Traveling by Luke James. If you listen to that song, it's so chill. That's a song that you literally could play. Like if you are just having one of those days where you're like, you know what, I just need to get away. Just get in your car, turn that song on, and just cruise. And just let all of your cares and worries and stress, anxiety, just let it fall away. It's such a chill song. And I feel like for a lot of y'all, you're going to be much chill than you would have previously been in certain situations. Because, I will be honest, during Jupiter retrograde, it feels like things are not working out in your favor. It feels like things take longer to happen for you. It just feels like luck is not on your side, but that's absolutely not true. It's all about the way you see it. It's all about the way you navigate it. And if you think about traveling, there's so many different ways that you could travel, but just thinking about, I'm just seeing somebody just on cruise control, not in a negative way. Because sometimes being in cruise control is just like, you're just like, whatever, I don't care. But I'm getting like, you have control of the wheel, but you're not sitting there holding on tightly like, oh, I have to go this way, I have to go that way. You're just like, whatever way I feel spiritually guided to go, that's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to be chill about it. And that's really what I feel for you guys. I feel very strong like a lot of you are going to be a different place mentally, and there's a lot of healing happening for you all. I just said this in the collective reading that a lot of people are changing their outlook on life. You're not dealing with things the way that you used to. You are evolving. And that's going to help you navigate times when it feels like, especially like I said, from now to March 2026, it's going to help you really prepare yourself. For a lot of y'all, you need to cut back on expenses. One thing is revolving expenses, then there's other things where it's like stuff that's like extra things here and there. That's like, okay, I don't have to have this. I don't need to have this. You're going to start to manage things like that better. You're going to start to make better choices as far as every single thing that has to do with your finances and the people that you have in your life. Because people think Jupiter, they just think about money, like the actual tangible money, things of worth in general, relationships, all that. Anything that is worth something to you, you're going to be addressing it and you're going to be dealing with it differently. Okay. So we did not have a spirit animal. And you guys know if I don't get it, I don't force it. So we don't have a spirit animal, but we do have some names. First, middle, last name, street name, business name, locations, put it where it applies. If it do not apply, let it fly. If none of this applies to you as far as the names, that does not mean the reading is not for you. It just means that, additional messages maybe for someone specific if this applies, as far as the names go. So we have Boyd, Jesse, Dana, Barton, Curtis, Jacob, Cook, Davis, Fitzpatrick, Deborah, Becker, Jude, Babs, Foster, New Orleans, Zoe, and Durrell. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. For this reading, we want the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I'm going to say, just because Jupiter is in retrograde does not mean that wheel will not turn in your favor, because just like I said, the wheel is turning in your favor because you are driving. You're in a driver's seat. You always have control. No matter what happens, we always have control. It doesn't feel like it, but we always have control because we can control how we navigate. We can control how we deal with things. Because if you start panicking and spazzing out, it's going to add to the chaos. If you say, yeah, this is fucked up, but you know what? I'm turning this wheel and go in a different direction. We're not going to keep going in a direction where we feel like things are difficult and challenging. I'm going ahead and turn and go in a different direction. That's how you control this, the narrative. So just keep that in mind during this time. I like to give people a heads up, especially with these retrogrades, because retrogrades they can be challenging. They're always life altering one way or another. They're always life altering, but people always think the worst of it. A lot of the time, these things happen to awaken something, ignite something in you. And I feel like that is the case for a lot of you all. You may have been living in autopilot, but now it's time for you to take that wheel and, adjust some things. Okay. So currently at the bottom of the deck, adjust some things. We had a lot of stuff in the collective reading yesterday. Check that out. I will pin it in the comment section below. We had a lot of things showing up in regards to Sagittarius season, like things. And I spoke about 11/11, that's Scorpio season, to 12/12. From 11/11 to 12/12, there's going to be massive changes in regards to how we deal with a lot of stuff during this time, right? And this is Sag energy, so I feel like for a lot of y'all, he's traveling. Is he not? Look at that horse's leg in motion. I feel like keep going fearlessly, put your armor on, and be prepared for, some challenges, because when you go into battle, you don't know whether or not you're going to come out on top. But put your armor on and claim it. Claim that victory, right? So let's see. We want to, again, get the Wheel of Fortune, the card that comes before and the card that comes after, and then we'll get clarifiers for the Jupiter Blessings collective reading. Currently now at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, look here. He's traveling. Look at that leg. A lot of you all, I feel like, again, you're going to see something in a different way. Like if you have been feeling like, say for instance, you are the type that's like anxious about your finances, because that's very important to you to keep that on point. And then something happens that disrupts everything that you put into place. In the past, you would have started panicking and spazzing out. I feel like there's a new start for you, because pages are new starts. Calmer, more patience, more understanding about a situation, because his demeanor is very calm. He's walking, which means, okay, I'm going to keep moving regardless of what stopped or got my way or what, some mishaps. I'm going to keep moving, but I'm going to do it calmly, because, you can make rational decisions when you're calm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for a lot of you all, that's where you're going to be. So yeah, Fool card, taking a leap of faith into something new, a brand new outlook on things for sure. So Wheel of Fortune, the card that comes before and the card that comes after, and then the collective clarifiers. There we go. So right in front, you have Ace of Wands. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys, like, you have control. I always see this as the hand, like, giving something or accepting something. I feel like for a lot of you all, you're going to accept that things change. You're going to accept that you don't have control over every single detail of a situation, but you do have control over how you deal with it. And this is just making me feel like, for a lot of you, I'm going to be honest with you, I do feel like something could be changing very significantly in Sag season. I just keep mentioning the Sag energy. I do feel like that's going to happen. But I also feel like, again, I feel whatever this is, whatever this change is, it can initially feel like something that's going to make you feel defeated, but it's being handed to you. Like, all of this is happening to put you on a new path. It's a lot of energy about paths. I'm hearing path opener. I know this is a wand, but I always see a baton. Like, the universe is passing you the baton. And you know how it is in a race. Once the baton is put in your hand, it's time for you to take off running. And you're running so you can get to the finish line. so you can have that victory. You will have a victory. You just have to think about how you're going to get it. It's going to require you to have peace over yourself. And I always tell you guys, I know it's easier said than done, but hell, what is stressing and spazzing out going to do? Not a goddamn thing. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, and then you have the Nine of Cups. I like this because they're saying, Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, get what it is that you want in life. You're going to be okay. I feel like, what is this? November, December, January, February, March. So it's not that far, because I'm counting because you have 9 here. Like I said, Jupiter will be in retrograde into March 2026. So that doesn't equate to 9 months. But I do feel like just overall they're saying you're going to be fine. You're not going to have to, somebody's feeling like, oh shit. If it's not one thing, it's another. I don't need any more bad news. I don't feel like this is bad news. I feel like, honestly, I feel like this is a heads up. I feel like the universe is like, okay, prepare yourself to, thank you. Because I'm hearing now, like, don't overdo things. Because if you see, it's one person right here and he has all these dang on cups. Like, that could be gluttonous, overdoing things. And I'm not just talking about like with food and drink and party. And it could be with party. If you're a social person, you're always at every function and you're always at every event. And when you go out, you spend money like it's no tomorrow. Spirit could be telling you like, okay, it's time for you to slow down and back away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because right now you need to reserve. You need to have money in reserve. So just in case something happens and the money isn't flowing comfortably the way that you want it to, you have that sitting there where you have a cushion where you can be comfortable. So let's get a clarifier for the Ace of Wands, the King of Swords. Again, this is somebody making a decision, a conscious decision to make better choices. And even you see how he's armed with his sword, like he's prepared for whatever, but he's sitting there very calmly. Male or female, that's exactly what I'm getting. You guys are going to deal with this more gracefully than you have ever dealt with anything before, for sure. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune, as soon as I party, first card, absolutely. You're definitely gonna feel it. And like I said, Jupiter went into retrograde in Scorpio season, and in this card you got Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Okay, so yeah, it may feel like the devil's trying to steal your joy, but like I said, with these cards right here, everything's gonna be fine. You just have to be super conscious. I feel like, because Swords is also about consciousness, like being aware, being alert. They're telling you be alert, be aware of how you're spending, what you're thinking, because it's communication and mental, your thoughts about your life and your finances and things like that. Don't think because this one mishap crops up that everything is going to be horrible for you for the next couple of months. That's not the case. Be mindful about what you put out into the universe, okay? Because what you put out there, that's what you're going to manifest back. So let's get a clarifier for, that's what you're going to manifest back, manifesting. Major Arcana, the Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy. And I did say that the artist, Luke James, is a Gemini. And then we just had the King of Swords. That could be Gemini also. So some of you all definitely have Gemini placements in your chart. Hell, for some of you all, you may be saying like, I'm not even worried about it because I've been going through some challenging times since Gemini season, which is May, June time frame. So for some of you all, you're like, look, I've learned how to adapt because I've been going through this for a while now. And also, if you're wondering, like, okay, when will it let up? Like I said, you definitely got, some changes happening by March 2026 with your money upright. I like that. Some of y'all feel like you're not able to manifest, but again, it will be fine. It's just one of those things where it could get a bit tricky. But with proper preparation, planning, learning how to pivot, it's very important to learn how to pivot, okay? Because if you can't do that and you have a frame of mind like it has to be this way in order for me to be successful, or I have to have this much in my account, you're going to have a very hard time adjusting to changes that are seemingly out of your control. So let's get a clarifier for the Ace of Wands. That's interesting because you got the Nine of Pentacles and now you have the King of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Nine of Cups right here. You will have this, but for a minute it may feel like it's not going in my favor. Some of you all, because 2025 is a 9 year and you got the Nine of Pentacles here, you may feel like before this year wraps up, you're losing. Some of y'all may lose a source of income, or it could be one of those things where if you have a partner, the source of income could be that partner because you guys were merging funds. You had income that was joint, And if that is the case, I don't claim that for anybody, but if that is the case, then also Spirit is saying like you're going to be okay, because even if you lose this source of income because this partnership is no longer, something else will be coming in for you to make sure you're okay. I just heard as soon as I picked this card up, I heard last shuffle. And then I seen the star card. Yeah, they're saying you're going to be fine. Absolutely. Bottom of the deck. Absolutely. Eight of Pentacles. Look, this is interesting. Like I said, if you feel like you lost, because he's building up here, but right here, this is a loss of a penny, some income. If you feel like you lost some source of income, something will come in to make sure you are all right. You will always have money. You will always have stability. It may not be or look the way that you want it to be or look, but you will be provided for. The Eight of Pentacles, actual 9 to 5, putting in the work. For some of y'all, you may have to pick up an extra day every week. It doesn't have to be, literally killing yourself doing all these extra hours. You can do an extra day, every week, if that's allowed with your job, to kind of, create that cushion for you. Some of y'all need to have a side hustle, because I'm just looking at how the Pentacle is on the side. Use a side hustle or some type of addition, something that you create with your hands, because he's working with his hands, or something that you are really, really good at. Like if you like doing baking cakes, okay, start selling a couple cakes a month. If you can do hair, like my daughter, she's 16 and she braids hair, and she does so many activities in school that she literally cannot, work a job even after school, because she's literally Monday through Friday, doing sports and activities. If she's not training and practicing, she's actually like competing and things like that. And she wants to work so bad. And I told her, I said, well, you braid hair very beautifully. You're very good. You can do knotless braids, all this other stuff. On the weekends, get you a couple clients if you so choose to, and then let that be your source of income. Don't overexert yourself, So something like that, something that you're good at doing that is not going to stress you out, and you can adjust your time into it. So again, you're not overexerting yourself, something like that. Use your skills, because this is someone who's using their gifts. And also remember, we've seen the magician. The magician knows how to manifest whatever it is from his intuitive creations, from his, his vision, whatever it is he or she sees, they can create. So create an additional source of income if that's your concern, from something that you are very proficient in and something that you love to do. Because if you do what you love to do, it doesn't feel like work. You get what I'm saying? So let's get a clarifier for the Ace of Wands. Universe. Oh, okay. You had a lot, but none flipped up, so we'll keep shuffling. And the fact that flipped out like that, for some of y'all, you have a lot of different gifts and abilities that could make you money. You just need to put it into action. And Wands is action. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. You need a clarifier for the Ace of Wands, okay? I seen the top card. Now, they flew out face down. When the card is face down, it's something that's unknown. And I did see the first card was the moon, and the moon talks about the unknown. So the unknown scares a lot of people, right? And it causes panic and fear, and I get that. But Spirit is saying, like, you are definitely being protected, and anything that you feel like you've lost, it will be replaced. So you have the moon, yep, stressed out, look at that. 9 of Swords, sleepless nights, anxieties, worries, and fears. You got the 9 here, you got the 9 here. So I'm going to say again, as this year, 2025, wraps up, you're going to have some type of fears of the unknown. The moon, things hidden, things unknown, things you do not have clarity about. And it's also can wreak havoc on you emotionally, because the moon rules over the emotions of feelings. And if you see right here, he's crying in his hand. Spirit is saying, like, why would you sit here if you trust in the divine, if you trust in your spirit guides, the Most High? Why would you stress when we're telling you? Your first card out. They're telling you, like, we got your back. Here you go. Here. That's the energy there. You have to trust the process. Some of you all may feel alone because he's there in that bed alone. And I'm going to say again, for some of y'all, if there is a loss of companionship, if, be it physically, like someone physically transitions over to the spirit realm, or you just end a relationship or something happens, you will be provided for. Something else will come in for you very quickly, because, fire is moving fast. So it won't be like, oh, you'll be waiting for a year or something like that. No, it's literally giving the energy of, like, as soon as something leaves your life, it's being replaced immediately, So let's get a clarifier for the 9 of Cups. You have the Ace. I'm sorry, not the Ace. I want to say Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a card of victory. So I don't believe in accidents. I feel like, Everything happens for a reason. Whatever was said, you were meant to know. You have the Knight of Swords. The knights are always going into battle, going on some type of journey and adventure, and he's moving very quickly. Remember I said the name of the song is Traveling, and that song gives a like just cruising, chilling. He ain't cruising. He's all worked up. Look at his face. He's worked up, anxious, like I gotta hurry up and do this. And a lot of people go into that mode. You know how you say fight or flight? When things don't go the way you want it to, you start spazzing out. And it's like, oh, I have to hurry up and do this, or else that's going to happen, or I have to do that, or this is going to happen. Spirit is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. We got your back. We're going to make sure you're good. We're going to make sure everything falls into place. So let's get a clarifier for 9 of Cups. Universal. Dang, that flipped out back to cards flipping face down. You got 4 cards now. I wasn't going to take it, but Spirit is telling me to take it, so I shall. So you have, look at this, the Fool card, taking a leap of faith into something new. The Justice card, things will be balanced out in your favor with whatever this new event is. And I definitely feel like involving your material life, you know, whatever this is, it's going to balance out. Some of you all will feel like, I don't know which direction to go in. The 2 of Wands talks about needing to choose a destination or a direction to go in. But you'll make a decision, because see, his back is facing like I feel lost, but I feel like ultimately you all will find your way. Like, okay, you know what? I know what to do. And it's interesting also because remember in the beginning you had the King of Swords and I got a Queen of Swords. So for some of you all, it's definitely one of those things where there could be a loss of income because of an ending in a relationship, especially if there's like a marriage, because justice makes me think about justice and peace, and that makes me think about marriage. And also, some of you all may be getting into a new union, because justice is also about legalities and contracts. This could be soul contracts, like taking a leap into a new relationship. And that may, again, let me clarify this so people won't think that I'm saying like you need someone else in order for you to survive. I'm not saying that, but you know, Spirit, the Most High will send you helpmates, okay? And that could be in the form of a love companion. So for some of y'all, it's one of those things where there's going to be some panic because there could be an ending of a relationship. And then for others, there's a help you start a new relationship, a new soul contract. And this person will be of assistance financially, monetarily, like you guys can move in together, or this is just someone who wants to see you do well. And so if they notice something's going on with you financially, they will be of assistance, like, hey, do you need help? Or, you know, I noticed that this is going on. I noticed that's going on. So I just want to be able to help you, because you're the king and a queen. Kings and queens are well off. They're wealthy. They're abundant. They're not lacking for anything. So whoever this is, we're not talking about using someone. Whoever this is, not only are they trying to be your companion, like a definite companion, they want to see you do well, and they're well off, so it wouldn't be an issue for them to assist you in any way, shape, or form. You get what I'm saying? So all over, Spirit is saying, like, we're going to balance things out to make sure you are fine. No matter what, we're going to make sure you are well. We are ordaining that you will be well. You will be fine. All is going to be taken care of. You don't have any negative cards here except for this energy of feeling like overwhelmed, but that's just being in your head. Because swords, again, communication, mental. So that's just you being in your head. And I will tell you, okay, thank you. That's why Spirit is bringing up this message, because outside of the Jupiter retrograde, keep in mind we're in Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the mental. So you can tend to get in your head a lot when things don't go a certain way, and you can feel very overwhelmed. But Spirit is just trying to uplift you. Spirit is trying to let you know, don't let yourself get in your head so much that you can't see the sun. And the sun is the new day. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at the moon like, okay, everything. You see, even look at the moon, he look like he's pouting. Don't allow yourself to think the absolute worst about a situation, because, yeah, it may not go things, you know, there's going to be some shakeups. You're not going to feel happy. You may feel defeated at some points, but we're going to make sure you're good. We're going to balance out them scales for you. We're going to make sure things are, you know, everything's going to be aligned. Okay? So thank you guys so very much for watching Queen Airbender Tarot. As always, I'm going to ask that you guys continue to like, share, subscribe. Click the hype button. It is very helpful for the channel, and it is completely free to do. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye.